10 o'clock on the night team. Stop and Shop strike. Workers off the job. Customers confused. We're live with breaking details.
Some clouds out there right now as temperatures hold in the 40s. A cool morning, a mild weekend. We have some rain. The timing on all of this coming together in just a few minutes.
Thank you for turning to 10. This is Southern New England's news leader.
Now on the night team tonight, stop and strike. Stop and Shop union workers on the picket lines tonight, closing stores down for a while today as talks with the company broke down. Boy, it made for a chaotic, even confusing time for shoppers today. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Janey.
Good evening. I'm Patrice. With the majority of the stores reopened with limited staff, and the night team's Ashley Cullinane is live in North Smithfield with both sides. Ashley?
Workers at this location were picketing until about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. All of these 31,000 workers have been without a contract since late February and are now demanding better treatment across the board. Hours after they walked off the job, Stop and Shop employees in North Smithfield stood along Route 146, trying to drum up support from drivers. Brian Sadwin is a dairy clerk.
I started 20 years ago with Stop and Shop. I started in this building 20 years ago.
The union says Stop and Shop's proposed contract reduces monthly pension benefits, increases medical insurance costs, and only offers a wage increase of 2%.
They want to reduce our pension. They want to reduce our health care. They want to do something with our time and a half on Sundays, depending on what the state does.
Why should we lose all of the benefits that we've earned over the years because of their corporate greed?
Sadwin says new hires would get fewer paid holidays.
They won't even be able to survive with the wages they're getting.
Stop and Shop said negotiations are continuing, and the company was, quote, disappointed in the strike. The grocer says it needs to reduce costs to remain competitive. Employees here in Seekonk, Providence, and all around southern New England say they'll be out here until the stalemate ends.
We have to put a show out to show that we mean business. We want to see the company survive. We want to see the company grow. At this rate, it's not going to grow.
Pharmacies and banks within Stop and Shop are not affected, and a representative says if anyone has a floral or bakery order at a store that has yet to reopen, they should just call customer services. And the stores tomorrow morning are expected to reopen around 8. Live in North Smithfield, Ashley Cullinane, NBC10 News Night Team.
Ashley, thank you. This is new on the night team tonight. A man killed today in an avalanche near Tuckerman Ravine on Mount Washington in New Hampshire. WMUR reports the Fish and Game officials say rescuers tried to perform CPR, but were unable to save the man. The Mount Washington Avalanche Center saying there was a moderate danger of avalanches today. The victim's identity has not been released.
New on the night team, Rhode Island lawmakers say they're still not happy with the state's medical ride service company. The company's CEO says it's improving, but people are still complaining about late or missed rides.
The night team's Danielle Kennedy following the story for us tonight. Danielle?
Hi, Dana Patrice. This is the third time Medical Transportation Management, or MTM, has met with the House Oversight Committee, peppered with questions from legislators tonight who said more work needs to be done.
Missed rides, drivers late to pickups, and difficulty setting up appointments. Problems lawmakers say keep happening with the state's medical ride service company, MTM.
Our people, state of Rhode Island, are being neglected.
Since February, MTM has been working under close watch of the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, who hit the Missouri-based company with a $1 million fine for poor performance earlier this year.
We really see that the program has turned the corner.
CEO Alana Mathia says MTM is making progress, citing less missed rides, expanding access to rural areas, and installing GPS in all vehicles to better track drivers.
Now we're working on utilizing that data to hold transportation providers accountable to on-time performance.
But those who represent nursing facilities say the problems keep coming.
Taxi being sent for a wheelchair patient, a long wait time for return rides.
Others say drivers are responding to dead calls, meaning the intended pickup died, but the state and MTM didn't communicate about it. Drivers don't get paid for those calls, but it's something MTM and the state promised to fix.
10% of MTM's monthly payments are being withheld until a list of improvements are made. The Office of Health and Human Services says about 7 of the 11 requirements have been met, with about a month left to go. In the studio, I'm Danielle Kennedy, NBC 10 News Night Team.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much. A live look outside now to the city of Providence. If you were outside tonight, you just needed a light jacket.
That's right. It was really warm this afternoon. I did not wear a coat into work today, and now I regret it.
You're so brave.
I regret it now.
My goodness. Well, it's not terribly cold. You've mentioned that right now. It's in the mid-40s, so I guess, you know, you gotta run quick to the car, Patrice. That'll be what you're facing tonight. Low and mid-40s for us right now. A lot of clouds overhead, and the cloud cover will thin a little bit by the 3, 4 o'clock in the morning time frame. Then the clouds are coming right back in on Friday. So lots of clouds, not much rain until late tomorrow night. It'll be after midnight, it looks like, into Saturday morning. And a damp start Saturday. We have the Newport half and full marathon early Saturday morning. Runners, you may face a few rain showers at the start, but most of our weekend, or most of our Saturday at least, will feature dry weather and some mild temperatures to go along with it. As we look at the satellite and radar composite, it looks like there are a few showers trying to work through, but the air is extremely dry, so a lot, if not all of that, drying up as it arcs in. That's the big story in the weather world still. That continues to be that upper Midwest blizzard. Central and northern Minnesota tonight, North and South Dakota still getting accumulating snow. Chicago has the rain and some thunderstorms. Now we're going to get a piece of that energy tomorrow night and early Saturday, bringing us some rain, but in a much weakened state from where the storm is right now. There's the forecast track. 8 in the morning, you can see some of that clearing out across southeastern Massachusetts that builds in here overnight, and then the clouds get heavier on us right back to the west into Connecticut. So there'll be a quick increase in the cloud cover for us on Friday. The temperature at 6 a.m. in the mid to upper 30s. By noontime, we're near 47. It's overcast. In fact, tomorrow, Patrice and Dan, will have a similar feel to what a lot of us experienced today. High temperatures in the lower 50s or so, and then eventually the rain will move in later on. So more on the timing of that rain in your weekend forecast with the mild air. Just back in a few minutes. I'll see you then.
Mild. We like that. All right. Tonight, 2 Foxy Lady employees plead no contest to prostitution charges. Police say Nish Rivera and Melissa McNeely and another woman tried to solicit sex from undercover police officers inside a VIP room in the club back in December. Rivera was given 6 months probation. McNeely was given a 1-year filing, which means if she stays out of trouble, the charge will be removed from her record. The case against the third woman is still pending.
Smithfield police make 4 additional arrests of Bryant University students in the breaking and entering an assault case involving other students. Jarrett Martin, John Amaya, Jack McNeil, and Sarah McBrien charged in connection to Sunday's incident at a university townhouse. Additional witnesses helped police in making these arrests. All 4 students were released on bail and are due back in court in July. So far, a review by the school has concluded that bias did not contribute to the incident, but that excessive alcohol consumption and several smaller confrontations leading up to Sunday led to the assaults.
Right now, residents in the Riverside section of East Providence are still being advised not to drink their water. A water warning was issued after a leak was discovered in the supply line to the East Bay pipeline. A backup supply test is planned for tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Riverside customers may see water pressure changes and the water might be discolored. They're advising people not to use the water at all during the testing. The plan is to make repairs without shutting off the service.
New in the 19 tonight, in an exclusive interview, the president talks with Sinclair's Eric Bolling, host of America This Week. President Trump calls his hard-fought drive to improve the economy his biggest success.
They don't like me. I'm working very hard. I'm doing a good job. We have the best economy we've ever had. We have, as you know today, some of the best numbers that have ever been given on the economy.
Yeah, this week the number came out, and the lowest number of jobless claims in 49 and a half years, almost 50 years.
Yeah. With African American, Asian American, Hispanic American, we've had the best. Women is 65 years, best in 65 years. With the others, we have the best numbers in the history of our country.
New economic numbers released this week show wage increases for workers are the highest they have been in a decade. Turning back time, a new business in Rhode Island goes old school. Coming up at 10 o'clock, what they'll have to do and what you'll want to try.
Closed captioning brought to you by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Online or in stores. Nobody beats Cardi's guaranteed lowest Nairobi prices. Nobody.
Venerable socialist, U.S. Senator and Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is a millionaire. Known for his firebrand of socialism and open attacks on the wealthy, this news and the preceding delays in releasing his tax returns have left many socialist Democrats scratching their heads. Some of the 2020 Democratic presidential hopefuls have already released their tax returns. Senator Sanders has been slow to join them, which begs the question, why? Now we know. The release of his book in 2016 has significantly boosted his income. The more he speaks socialism and income inequality, the wealthier he gets. If young followers of the Sanders light want to join his ranks, he offered this, quote, "I wrote a best-selling book. If you write a best-selling book, you can be a millionaire too." Selling socialism is clearly a lucrative business. Thing is, Sanders has built a national brand and following, railing against the same wealth he now enjoys. But wealthy members of the Democratic Party fighting for economic justice, job access, and opportunity for everyday Americans isn't new. The Kennedys, Clintons, and Obamas all did it. Activism in the modern era churns book deals, media specials, and a straight path to 1% status. Let's get to the point. It is possible to be a progressive populist with a strong concern for rising income inequality, meanwhile enjoying the pleasures of millionaire status. Sanders' challenge will be how he presents this before an audience who felt he was one of them.
Amisha, Bernie Sanders is a hypocrite. Coming up, my thoughts on Senator Sanders' millionaire status.
The views expressed by commentators do not necessarily reflect the views of this station.
You know, it seems like big corporations are taking over everything these days, in the process losing that human touch. But you can buck the trend.
With a visit to a new local pharmacy in Providence that features an old school soda fountain, R.J. Heim takes us back in time.
At Green Line Apothecary in Providence, you feel immediately transported back in time to the late 1940s.
The era when pharmacists were mixing up tonics by hand to treat their patients' ailments. And that's really how soda entered the cultural landscape.
Think ginger ale. Of course, modern medicine is like magic compared to the olden days, but the attraction of the soda fountain remains.
I think that pharmacy has taken a sort of cold fast food-like turn, and we're trying to return pharmacy back to its roots.
The now husband and wife team of Ken and Christina Procaccianti met on the Green Line subway while both attending Northeastern in Boston. She a pharmacy major, he's studying business. The recreation of the classic American drugstore features an array of local and organic products, homeopathic remedies, as well as traditional pharmacy fare with old-time games thrown in for fun. It's that detail that makes the experience. They opened their first Green Line in Wakefield 3 years ago. It worked so well, they decided to open another.
We feel Providence is an independent city, and we feel that Providence really needs independent pharmacy.
Talk about authentic. This is an original soda fountain from the now defunct Wyckoff's Department Store Tea Room that came from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
The full-service pharmacy is modern, accepts most insurance, has comparable co-pays, and even delivers, at times, in their refurbished 1949 Chevy panel truck. You can go back to that old-time experience, that corner drugstore on Main Street.
It's kind of performative mix of skills that you get to use here, and I think that's really fun.
You must stand out in this world, and this place definitely stands out.
R.J. Heim, NBC10 News.
In consumer news tonight, a new study by a cybersecurity company finds 2 out of every 3 hotel websites are unintentionally leaking customer information. The study was done by Symantec. It looked at more than 1,500 hotels around the world. It says information like full names, email addresses, and credit card details were inadvertently leaked. The main issue involved confirmation emails sent to guests. It doesn't say which hotels were part of that study, though.
If that doesn't make you feel violated, this might. Amazon says they're paying people to listen to what you are saying to your Alexa-enabled devices. NBC reports thousands of workers worldwide are listening. Bloomberg reports the devices could be recording illegal content. Amazon says its workers do not have access to sensitive information, and users can delete their recorded conversations in the Alexa app.
Disney will soon test its streaming service. Disney acquired Fox Entertainment, and the deal gives the service more content, including Fox's National Geographic channel. CNN reports that Disney plans to introduce Disney Plus this year as major studios look to beef up their positions against Netflix, Amazon, and Google.
Time now to check Mark's updated Storm Team 10 forecast.
I want to thank Peter Cannon for this picture of opening night at McCoy.
Oh, nice.
Earlier tonight, the overcast sky, but it was a cool night. We've had worse opening nights weather-wise at McCoy, certainly in years past, with temperatures today reaching the lower 50s. 53 Providence, shy of the 57 average. Taunton near high 54. New Bedford also 53. And Smithfield, westerly in the low 50s. Newport, a high of 49. earlier today. Cloudy skies still over Providence tonight. On our People's Credit Union Skycam from Tocquatin on the waterfront, it is 46 right now in the city. Light wind, relatively dry air. That's why a lot of the rain showers that the radar's been picking up on have not really materialized. A lot of that drying up before it reaches the ground. And we'll just have a mostly cloudy start in the morning. I'll tell you, if we're going to see some sunshine on Friday, it's going to happen early in the morning. So some of you may need the sunglasses and you drive into work, but the overcast sky will return quickly, and it looks like generally a cloudy but dry day coming up tomorrow. Temperature about 40 degrees early on. We're up to 46 by 11 a.m. We'll see a high near 50 or 51 degrees with all those clouds and a south wind at 10 miles an hour for us on Friday. So there you go. Again, you can see a few of these little blips. Trying to see a little bit of rain work into southern New England, but that air is just so dry. To our immediate west, Pennsylvania, New York State, quiet weather right now. Even the Ohio Valley, no rain yet. These showers near Chicago and St. Louis can take their time getting in here. High pressure anchored off to our southeast through the day tomorrow will hold this rain off to our west. So we'll just see more clouds than anything else throughout the afternoon and all evening long. So if you have Friday night plans, it does look rain-free. The rain showers are moving in around midnight, maybe 2 in the morning, and they'll linger through early Saturday. So this is 7 a.m., and your best chance for a shower in the morning Saturday will be across coastal Connecticut, southern Rhode Island, and southeastern Massachusetts. In the afternoon, that whole system presses east, but the clouds may still linger near the coastline. A little brighter inland, and obviously where the sun comes out, it is going to be much warmer than areas where the clouds stay thick. Look at these temperatures. Tomorrow afternoon, close to 50 degrees. Give or take, some of us may be around 52, others around 48, but generally with this cloud cover and that south wind, we shouldn't see too much temperature variation anywhere in southern New England. Saturday morning, the rain showers again just pressing through. We're in the lower 50s, so the temperature's going up into early Saturday. And then here's the big difference on Saturday afternoon. The clouds lingering out across Cape Cod. You see Harwich at 58, Falmouth 57, New Bedford close to 60. But we're in the upper 50s to near 60 in southern Rhode Island. And then as you go farther north, Providence on north, southern Worcester County in particular, very good chance we could see 70 degrees with a little bit of sunshine working out. So Saturday and Sunday, in fact, will be in the 60s as well as the clouds come back in Sunday morning. A chance for rain showers in the afternoon and at night. And we're still working on that Monday forecast. Slow improvements on Marathon Monday with the rain mainly focused in the morning and perhaps a bit of a drier trend now showing up on some of the forecast guidance coming in the afternoon. I'm going to get a new look at some of that over on NBC10 at 11 o'clock. So that would be promising, Patrice, if we get that rain out of here. And of course, it's not only Marathon Monday, as you know, it's the start of school vacation week.
Oh, that's right.
That's a very important forecast for the parents and the kiddos that want to get outside and play. It looks like dry weather at least Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, there's some good days up there.
Yep.
All right, still to come, the Bruins open up the Stanley Cup playoffs, highlights, and a post-game reaction next.
Storm Team 10 weather sponsorship brought to you by Tarbox Toyota Hyundai, home of the deal maker. Sky 10, powered by Speedcraft Auto Group, owned and operated by Rhode Islanders.
The Stanley Cup playoffs opening up tonight from the TD Garden up in Boston with Game 1 of the best-of-7 series between the Bruins and Maple Leafs. Up to the TD Garden for a rematch of last year's playoff opener. The Bees strike first. Patrice Bergeron scores. Power play goal, 1-0 Boston. Halfway through the first period, but the Maple Leafs come back with a vengeance, scoring 4 straight goals, 2 from Mitch Marner, including the go-ahead in the second off a penalty shot. Toronto adds an empty netter late in this one. Bruins drop Game 1, 4-1 the final.
Go home, sleep, do work tomorrow, and then get ready for Saturday. That's, win or lose, that's it. That's, the playoffs. That's how you got to kind of prepare yourself. You just move on.
I mean, it's one game. You don't want to be behind at any point in the series, but still 6 games left here to get the job done. And, we have to be better, so hopefully we can accomplish that next game.
Plus, the PC Hockey Friars lost 4-1 to Minnesota Duluth in the Frozen Four from Buffalo, ending their dream season. I'm Joe Kayada, Sports Team 10. We will be right back, everyone.
No, you're not seeing a Hump Day camel television ad. This is the real thing. Meet Jeffrey the camel. He was taken to a PetSmart here in Michigan by his owners. Look at him, he barely gets in the door there. Jeffrey's part of Lewis Farms and Petting Zoo in Muskegon. His trainer needed to know his exact weight in order to know how much medicine and vaccines, so Jeffrey had needed to go to the pet store. The video went viral with almost 1,000 views.
Wow. Well, staffers at a zoo in Chicago are looking for a new home for one of their cutest inhabitants. This river otter was born at the Brookfield Zoo in February. His mother rejected him, so staffers are raising him. They decided the best future for the pup is to go to another facility that has otters his age. The otter population in Illinois was estimated to be lower than 100 30 years ago. A program bringing in otters from other states helped to solve that problem. Very cute.
Cute little fellow, yeah.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join the entire Sunrise crew in the morning.
And we hope you'll join us over on NBC 10 News at 11 o'clock. We'll see you there.
I want you to close your eyes and imagine something. Someone is running for president on a platform of socialism, higher taxes, and wealth redistribution. That person wants you to believe that the wealthy are our enemies, that millionaires and billionaires have been taking advantage of the lower and middle classes of our country. Now imagine that same person has been actively hiding the fact that they are a millionaire. Now open your eyes. We live in that very world. Presidential candidate, sitting U.S. Senator, and Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders is that candidate. Sanders claims that he's a millionaire because he wrote a best-selling book, and that you could be a millionaire too if you wrote a best-selling book. But how does that square with his socialist anti-capitalist ideology? Sanders owns 3 homes, and he's been benefiting from the capitalist system he consistently demonizes. Not to mention, nobody would even buy a book from Sanders if you weren't a leading socialist figure. The inconsistencies and hypocrisy here are dizzying. Here's the bottom line. Capitalism works. Sanders knows that. He should take his millions and buy himself a campaign platform that does not raise our taxes, redistribute our wealth, or bankrupt our country.
They had a look, an attitude, and a sound like no other. Sure, they were born in Jersey, but they were made in America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4 Seasons.
Jersey Boys, Broadway's Tony Award-winning best musical about Frankie Valli and the 4 Seasons begins May 10th in Providence for 5 shows only. Tickets at ppacri.org.
Preserve your most cherished memories with a custom frame from American Picture Frame in Warwick. Our experienced framers will design and meticulously handcraft a frame that will protect and preserve your art for generations. And unlike some other shops, your artwork remains on the premises until you pick it up. Browse our substantial art gallery filled with signed, numbered works from prominent local artists, as well as unique hand-blown glass sculptures. American Picture Frame, 1094 Bald Hill Road, Warwick.
You have the power to save during the Power Weekend sale at Raymore and Flanagan. Everything is on sale, up to 25% on living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms. Plus, there's power in getting a great night's sleep. Queen mattress sets start at $3.99, and adjustable bases are on sale for $3.99. And with 0% APR for 60 months, you'll have the power to furnish your whole home. Delivery in 3 days or less, guaranteed. Find it, feel it, furnish it fast. Shop now before the sale's over at Raymore and Flanagan.
If you're over 55 and like to live in a luxurious 1,700 square foot condo in an exquisite setting with over 10 acres of picnic ground on a Class A river with great fishing, you gotta check out River's Edge in Coventry. All units have 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a kitchen with an island countertop with seating, a formal dining room, and so much more. Visit condos at riversedge.com or give them a call at 401-828-8700. Take your place on the river.